a world painted with endless sunshine, where blades of grass swayed like a gentle green sea, lived two souls dancing to different rhythms. One was a brave ant, her steps filled with purpose. The other, a grasshopper, his heart filled with song. Their story isn't just about the changing of seasons, but the changing of hearts. Summer was a golden gift, and the grasshopper, whom we'll call Summer, knew just how to enjoy it. His days were a tapestry of carefree melodies strummed on his little lute and naps in the dappled sunlight. He'd watch the ants march by, their tiny satchels heavy with seeds and grains. "Why hurry so?" he'd call out with a chuckle. "Winter is a distant dream. The sun is warm. The world is full of music. Live a little." Among those ants was one who always met his gaze with a patient, knowing smile. She was the best of them, a true leader, tireless and kind. While Summer sang, she toiled, not just for herself, but for her entire colony. She would haul twice her weight in provisions, her tiny footsteps a steady beat against the earth. She'd pause only to teach the younger ants how to distinguish a nourishing seed from a bitter one, or how to weave leaves into a sturdy patch for their shelter. Her work was a dance of its own, a dance of preparation, of responsibility, of love for her community. She saw the value in Summer's songs, the joy they brought to the meadow, but she also saw the long shadows that would eventually come. As the days grew shorter, a subtle chill began to whisper on the evening breeze. The leaves, once a vibrant emerald, blushed into hues of amber and crimson, letting go of their branches in a final, graceful ballet. For the ant, this was a signal. The rhythm of her work quickened. She organized the colony's storerooms, ensuring every grain was dry and every tunnel was reinforced against the coming cold. She worked with an intensity that mirrored the urgency of the season, her mind already on the deep sleep of winter. But Summer, the grasshopper, just pulled his scarf a little tighter and played a little louder, as if his music could hold back the turning tide. The first cold rain fell, and he shivered, dismissing it as a passing gloom. He'd see the ant, her silhouette dark against the darkening sky, and call out, "Still working? You'll miss all the fun." She'd just shake her head, a flicker of concern in her expressive eyes, and continue on her path. The world was changing, but the grasshopper refused to change with it. Then, one morning, the world was silent, cloaked in a glittering layer of frost. The vibrant green meadow was gone, replaced by a brittle, silver landscape. The grasshopper awoke, his joints stiff with cold. His carefree songs faltered, his fingers too numb to play. Hunger, an unwelcome stranger, gnawed at his belly. He hopped from one frozen stalk to another, finding nothing but ice. Panic began to set in. He looked toward the ant colony, a humble mound of earth he'd once mocked, now a fortress of warmth and life he couldn't enter. A storm, which had been gathering on the horizon for days, finally broke. The wind howled like a hungry wolf, and icy sleet lashed down, turning the world into a blur of gray and white. Summer, exhausted and defeated, huddled beneath a single, frozen leaf. It offered little protection. His vibrant green had dulled, and his wings were rimmed with ice. He was alone, and the world he had loved so much felt cruel and unforgiving. He closed his eyes, his cheerful songs now just a faint, sad memory. Just as despair threatened to consume him, a small dark figure emerged through the swirling snow. It was the ant. She had braved the heart of the storm, her path guided by a memory of the grasshopper's last known location. Seeing his shivering form, she felt not triumph, but a deep, profound empathy. Without a word, she gently draped her own cloak over his icy wings. "Come," she said, her voice steady against the wind's roar. "You are not safe here." Leaning on her, the weak grasshopper stumbled through the blizzard, following the one creature who had prepared not just for herself, but had the foresight and compassion to save another. The warmth inside the ant colony was a startling contrast to the fury outside. Lanterns cast a soft golden glow on walls lined with neatly stacked seeds and berries. The air hummed with the quiet industry and contented murmurs of the colony. The ant elder, her chitin polished like amber, greeted them with a wise, calm expression. She offered the grasshopper a warm sip of nectar and a place by the central fire. There was no scolding, no "I told you so." There was only kindness. As the grasshopper regained his strength, the brave ant sat with him. She didn't lecture. She shared. She spoke of the joy of a hard day's work, the satisfaction of providing for others, and the peace that comes from knowing you are prepared for whatever lies ahead. The summer is for singing, she explained softly, but it is also for sowing. Joy is not just in the moment, but in building moments of safety and comfort for the future. That is the song our colony lives by. Humbled and grateful, the grasshopper began to understand. His laziness hadn't just been carefree, it had been careless. Over the winter, he didn't just take, he learned to give. He helped with chores, his nimble fingers now used for mending and sorting, not just strumming. He learned the colony's routines, finding a new kind of rhythm in their shared purpose. He and the ant would often talk, planning for the spring, not just the songs he would sing, but the seeds he would help plant. His footprints, once dancing alone, now joined hers in the snow, walking a new path together. Those who work with purpose and kindness never face the winter alone. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more tales that warm the heart. We'll see you next time.